Hello everyone, welcome to Freedom Fighter 2127. Administration preps new gun regulations. Came out yesterday, 5/30/2015 at 3:10 p.m. The Justice Department plans to move forward this year with more than a dozen new gun-related regulations according to list of rules the agency has proposed to enact before the end of the Obama administration. The regulations range from new restrictions on high-powered pistols to gun storage requirements. Chief among them is a renewed effort to keep guns out of the hands of people who are mentally unstable or have been convicted of domestic abuse. Okay, about that, mentally unstable, we know what they're coming after, people who have depression, or, I mean, there's just basic stuff, veterans and so on and so forth, and that shouldn't classify as mentally unstable. In some cases, yes, most cases, no. Gun safety advocates have been calling for such reforms since the Sandy Hook school shooting nearly 3 years ago in Newtown, Connecticut. They say keeping guns away from dangerous people is of primary importance. But the gun lobby contends that such a sweeping ban would unfairly root out a number of prospective gun owners who are not a danger to society. It's clear President Obama is beginning his final assault on our Second Amendment rights by forcing his anti-gun agenda on honest, law-abiding citizens through executive force, said Luke Odell, Vice President of Political Affairs at the National Association for Gun Rights. The Justice Department plans to issue new rules expanding criteria for people who do not qualify for gun ownership, according to the recently released Unified Agenda, which is a list of rules that federal agencies are developing. Some of the rules come in response to President Obama's call to reduce gun violence in the wake of Sandy Hook. He issued 23 executive actions, and shortly after the shooting, he aimed at keeping guns away from dangerous people. And some of those items remain incomplete. Well, if America worked harder to keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people, hang on, let's stop right there. We know exactly what he wants. He wants the guns out of every single American's hands, so that way he can have full and total control, and so on and so forth. And guess what? Here comes your New World Order. We can respect the Second Amendment while keeping an irresponsible law-breaking few from inflicting harm on a massive scale, he added. Gun control groups have rallied around Obama's call to action, zeroing in on policies that would keep guns away from the mentally ill and domestic abusers. Congressional efforts to expand background checks and keep guns away from dangerous people have failed in recent years, but the legislative defeats won't stop the Justice Department from regulating. Remember this: the true war. The DOJ are coming for Christians and gun owners. I made a video about this a while ago. Let me go over here real quick. Breaking. Leaked DOJ memo: outlaw and confiscate all guns tied to Jade Helm. Alright, let's read through this a little bit here. This is urgent news regarding a leaked document obtained by the NRA, which states in a memo that the DOJ is calling for an all-out gun confiscation and outlawing of firearms. This comes just months before Jade Helm 15, the drill that is sweeping the nation, also which happens to be the drill where there will be agent tours among civilians. In the coming days with Jade Helm 15, Freedom Fighter Reports received a tip from our military source about the true meaning of Jade Helm 15, or the drill, excuse me. If you scroll down through this, there's that. Let's go on to the next topic here. It's kind of interesting, the timing of everything. Texas Senate passes bill to establish Bullion Depository, help facilitate transactions in gold and silver. A bill taking a step towards gold and silver as commonly used legal tender in Texas passed in the state Senate today by an overwhelming 29-2 vote. Introduced by State Rep. Giovanni and 4 co-sponsors on February 12th. What the bill essentially does is create a means for transactions to occur in precious metals. It allows people to open an account and deposit their precious metals in the state depository. They could then use the electronic system to make payments to any other business or person who holds an account. This opening of the market is considered by many insiders to be the most important first step towards bringing sound money into mainstream acceptance. The key is to make it so people can use gold and silver instead of fiat paper money, said Michael Bolden of the Truth Amendment Center. A bill like this won't nullify the Fed on its own, but it is an important step important step forward in that direction. The Constitution. Currently, all debts and taxes in Texas must either get paid with Federal Reserve notes, dollars, authorized as legal tender by Congress, or with coins issued by the U.S. Treasury, very few of which have gold or silver in them. How interesting is the timing of this? This was posted on May 29th, 2015. Yep, there we go. All right. The DOJ, Obama administration, they're prepping new gun regulations, more gun control. Now, previously, and Connecticut is a great example, they've used false flags. What is coming up in less than 2 months? Jade Helm 15. A perfect opportunity to facilitate a false flag to then bring further gun control amongst the states. Now, all of this is in time with CERN. Interesting, isn't it? How CERN is powering up every single day, getting ready for a massive, massive collision, and with every increase in the activity, there's usually a large earthquake. What's been going on lately? Lots of earthquakes. You've got Texas practically getting ready to do business in gold and silver, almost like the Fed won't be there anymore, if you ask me. Or there was a collapse to happen, that's what it looks like. But anyways, you've got the administration getting ready to prep new gun regulations and more gun control. Timing's kind of odd, isn't it? Anyways, that's all the news I've got for right now. I want to thank you all for watching. Please check out the websites freedomfighterreports.com and socialexodus.net. God bless and carry on.